do you feel about the race this year?
It's been very, very good. The Lord works in mysterious ways. I think if only one person had been running like we did normally, it's too big a job for one person. But when Michelle Nunn stepped up and Jason Carter stepped up too, then we also had 4 black members of Congress who were almost shoo-ins for re-election. In addition to that, 5 black women decided to run statewide, and 1 or 2 of them are liable to win with no money.
No money. That's fantastic.
And then we're going to have a new member of Congress from Savannah, mark my word. Brian Reese wouldn't have normally been given a chance, but with the way we're turning out statewide, and I've been down to campaign, well, I thought I was going down to campaign for Michelle Nunn, and when I met him, I went back to campaign for him.
Fantastic.
Because he's a good brother. He and the twins, and they grew up in Savannah. One of them went to went to Hampton, and the other went to University of South Carolina. So he's district manager for UPS, but he didn't have the name recognition nor the money to get elected by himself. But when all this other stuff happens, it creates magic. The constellation of victory.
Rockdale County in particular, under the helm of Mr. Odom.
I would say to Rockdale County that I used to be scared to come out here when I first got to Georgia, and never did I think I'd come out here and then I'd sneak out here to the monastery.
Yes, yes.
Sanctuary.
You buy bonsai by that.
Yeah, and then I think I came out here, Covington's not Rockdale.
Just beyond Rockdale.
Just beyond Rockdale. Because Reverend Fred C. Bennett used to bring me out here with James Orange.
James Orange.
Do we expect anything more in terms of digital democracy after 2008, 2012 from Obama?
You have to ask him.
Yes, sir.
And he's not talking shit.
He will know about that. I don't know about that. But I gave my grandson an iPad when he was 1.
Yes.
And I think Fisher Price makes a foam rubber cover, waterproof cover.
That's right.
And I was getting them all for my grandchildren. And I said, well, I'm not going to leave him out. So I gave him one. That little rascal.
It's amazing. Is there something in particular that you would add with...
Yes, first of all, here in Rockdale County, we're very thrilled that Ambassador Andrew Young would visit Rockdale County. It's a very special occasion for us because little did he know in 1964, when he was negotiating and advocating for civil rights, that 50 years later, in 2014, that Rockdale County would elect an African American. And he said earlier that he was, back then he was scared to come to Rockdale, but you can see things have changed, so we are so excited. We're paving the way for little Brandon, Odenier, my little grandson. So we look forward to him in that digital divide he talked about to bridge those gaps. So we're excited about that. Today's been a historical day today. As you know, President Jimmy Carter came by earlier this today, and that's the first time ever a president or a former president has visited Rockdale. And of course, Ambassador Young has always been coming here, but he's been going to the monastery, and we were there about 6 years ago. He's buying bonsai plants.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen.
Well, we remember we brought the Olympics out here.
Olympics, right, that's true, in 1996. And thanks to that, they brought the equestrian horse, and that's the only equestrian stables or horse venue that still exists in the United States in terms of the Olympics. So we're really, really proud of that.
You have a national East Coast publication. What would you say to the East Coast and the rest of the nation in terms of voting right now?
Well, I would say that when they kick your butt all over the place like they've been doing recently, emotionally charging our children with crimes, shooting people for nothing, and giving us generally a hard time that if we don't get out and vote, we deserve to go back to slavery.
Yes, sir.
And I think we have realized that, but now we are politically free, but we're not economically free. I was talking to one of the young men who's working in the campaign. He's a Morehouse graduate. And I said, you know you're still a slave, don't you? He said, what you talking about? I got my degree. I'm not one of these dropouts. I said, yeah, but to get your degree, how much debt did you have to accumulate? He said, about $130,000. I said, see? They let you out educationally and politically, but now you walked into an economic trap. Now, one vote could have changed that. One vote could have changed that, and the billions of dollars that went to help bail out the banks need to be applied to bailing out students. When I came out of school, I came out debt-free.
Is that our reparation?
No, hell no, it ain't no reparation.
All right.
It's our money they gave to the banks in the first place.
Okay.
See, we don't need any reparation.
How do we go after that money in terms of helping to have some...
In the first place, there are as many, if not more, white and Hispanic people in debt for student loans as there are black. Many more. The black thing that we have to have reparations on is getting some of these people out of jail that don't deserve to be in jail. See, it costs almost $2 million.
The cost of incarceration.
When you get a kid and arrested and
the economics
bad kids.
Yes.
See, they're crazy and they're stupid and they do some stupid things, but remember, it was a black attorney general that started that 2 strikes and you out crap. And we have to undo it. Because it costs us $2 million from the time of arrest,
the economics of incarceration,
to the time he gets out. And when he gets out, or she gets out, there's nothing they can do but commit a crime again. So we've got to straighten out this democracy and make it an economically solid democracy. The educational fraud doesn't need fixing. We need to quit messing with it. We have good teachers, we have good students, and I was never an A student. And the things that made me a difficult student made me a good political leader.
Wow.
I mean, no, I couldn't keep still.
But your mom was a school teacher.
My mom was a school teacher.
Yeah. And your dad was
a dentist. At home.
Yeah.
My daddy was a dentist.
Yeah.
But what it is...
And you dress like cowboys and Indians in good posture.
No, but the issue is that we're always looking to blame ourselves. And we're blaming our kids. We took 25 kids from the Y who had been in and out of jail in the Andrew Walter Young YMCA on Campbellton Road. And they'd been in and out of jail, and we said, let's have, they're in jail because they don't have fathers.
Yes, sir.
So we put them in jail, we put them in a luncheon, Father's Day luncheon, and asked them, if we help you, will you work hard enough to pass a GED in the next 6 weeks?
Personal contract.
And they said 9 of them made it.
Wow. Wow.
They went to a little college over in Mississippi. One of them ended up president of the freshman class. The other one ended up with a 4.0.
Just a little